निन्दन्तु नीति निपुणा यदि वा स्तुवन्तु लक्ष्मीः समाविशतु गच्छतु वा यथेष्टम् अद्यैव वा मरणमस्तु युगान्तरे वान्याय्यात् पथः प्रविचलन्ति पदं न धीराः.
Today we sit with one of the most thunderous verses in all of Sanskrit literature. A verse from Bhartrihari's Niti Shataka, his 100 verses on right conduct. Listen to it first. Nindantu niti nipunaha yadi va stuvantu Lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu va yatheshtam Adyaiva va maranam astu Yugantare va Nyayat patha pravichalanti Padam nadhiraha. Let the experts in worldly wisdom blame me or let them praise me. Let the goddess of fortune come to me or leave me exactly as she pleases. Let death come this very day or in another cosmic age. The steadfast and the wise do not move even one single step from the path of what is right. Let us open the words one by one. Nindantu comes from the root nind, to blame or censure, and it is a command form, but a strange kind of command, a command of surrender. Let them blame. The speaker is not asking the critics to stop, he is giving them permission. And who are these critics? Niti nipunaha, those who are nipuna, expert, in niti, the science of policy and worldly conduct. This detail is the sting of the whole verse. It is easy to shrug off the mockery of fools. Bhartrihari says, even when the intelligent people, the credentialed people, the sophisticated people call your integrity naive, even then you do not move. Yadi va stuvantu, or let them praise, from the root stu, to sing praises, the same root that gives us the word stotra, a hymn. Praise and blame are treated as the same weather. Then the second surrender. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune, whose very name comes from the root laksh, to notice, to mark, because wealth is that which the world notices. Samavishatu, let her enter completely, let her flood into my house. Gacchatuva, or let her walk out. And then the astonishing word, yatheshtam, as she pleases, according to her own desire. The wise man does not even negotiate with fortune. He grants her full freedom of movement because she always had it anyway. Our tradition has always called Lakshmi Chanchala, the restless one, the one who never sits still. Pretending we control her is the root delusion. And then the third surrender, the deepest one. Agyaiva va maranam astu. Let death come this very day. Notice the little word eva, this very day. Not someday, not eventually, today. Yugantareva, or in another yuga, another entire cosmic age. Bhartrihari stretches the bracket of time as wide as Sanskrit can stretch it, from this afternoon to the end of an eon, and declares indifference across the whole span. And then the answer to all three. Nyayat patha, from the just path. Padam na pravichalanti, they do not deviate even one footstep. Dheeraha, the steadfast wise. That word dheera is beautiful. It carries the sound of dhi, the illumined intellect, the same dhi we invoke in the Gayatri mantra, and it carries the root dhri, to hold firm, the very root of the word dharma. So a dheera is not merely a stubborn person. A mule also refuses to move. A dheera is one whose firmness is made out of clear seeing. His stillness is a conclusion, not a temperament. Now, where does this verse come from? Bhartrihari, who lived around the 5th century, was by tradition a king of Ujjain who renounced his throne. The legend says he discovered the faithlessness of his beloved queen through a fruit of immortality that circled through a chain of secret lovers and returned to his own hands. A man who had held supreme power, wealth, and praise, and watched it all turn hollow, writes this verse. It is not theory, it is a survivor's report. And look at the architecture. The 3 surrenders form a ladder. First, the social self, what others think of me. Then, the material self, what I own. Then, the biological self, whether I exist at all. Bhartrihari strips away every external anchor of identity and shows you what remains. Who you are is what is left when everything that can be taken is taken. This wisdom appears everywhere humans have thought deeply. The Bhagavad Gita calls this person the sthita-prajna, the one of steady wisdom, unshaken in sorrow, free of craving in joy. The Buddha spoke of the 8 worldly winds, gain and loss, fame and disrepute, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, and said, "The wise stand like solid rock, unshaken by wind." And far away in Greece and Rome, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus opened his handbook with almost the same 3 items. Reputation, property, and the body, he said, are not up to us. Only our judgments and actions are up to us. 2 civilizations with no contact and the same map of freedom. Modern psychology agrees. Researchers call it an internal locus of control, and they find that people who anchor their self-evaluation inside themselves are more resilient and less anxious. Acceptance and commitment therapy, one of the most effective modern therapies, teaches exactly this formula. Accept what you cannot control and commit to action based on your values. Values being defined as directions you keep walking regardless of the weather. Bhartrihari's path 1500 years early. So how do we live this verse? Let me leave you with 3 questions and 1 practice. First, whose blame do you fear the most? Somewhere in your life there is a sophisticated critic whose imagined scorn silently edits your decisions. Name that person. Ask whether your choices would change if their opinion were forever neutral. Second, where have you already traded 1 step? Not a big betrayal, just a small rationalized deviation. The verse ends on the word Padam, a single footstep, because great falls never begin with great crimes. They begin with 1 justified inch. Third, if your wealth and your lifespan were both already fixed and sealed, what would you do differently tomorrow? That difference measures how much of your life is currently held hostage. And the practice. Each evening for 3 minutes, review your day for 3 moments. 1 moment ruled by praise or blame. 1 ruled by gain or loss. 1 ruled by fear about the future. For each, ask only 1 question. Was the action itself right? Grade the action, never the audience, never the outcome. and then adopt the two smallest words of the verse as your inner mantra for moments of temptation. Padamna, not one step. You are not vowing to be perfect forever. You are only guarding the very next footstep. And that, Bhartrihari tells us, is all that integrity has ever been. Let them blame or praise. Let fortune come or go. Let death arrive today or in another age. Not one step.
निन्दन्तु नीतिनिपुणा यदि वा स्तुवन्तु लक्ष्मीः समाविशतु गच्छतु वा यथेष्टम् अद्यैव वा मरणमस्तु युगान्तरे वान्याय्यात् पथः प्रविचलन्ति पदन्न धीराः